Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by Manchester High School West NJROTC. Meredith Benegan, receiving third honors, will now cite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing while the West Chamber Choir sings the national anthem.
May we have it quiet for the singing of our national anthem. Thank you.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does
Please remain standing for the West High School alma mater, presented by West Senior Chorus. Please be seated. As we get underway tonight, I wanted to mention how the pictures of the fountain in the front of the stage is not an inexpensive way of decorating by West, but it is actually the class gift of 2004. The fountain, having a value of $6,000, will be centered in our newly landscaped patio. Unfortunately, the fountain didn't make it in time for the Class Day ceremony, but our contractor has promised that it will be up and functioning by the end of tomorrow. Feel free to stop and take a look at it anytime. At this time, I would like to introduce the honored guest for this evening. Please stand when you hear your name. The Honorable Robert A. Baines, Mayor of Manchester. Dr. Michael Ludwell, Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Henry Aliberti, Jr., Assistant Superintendent for Elementary Education. Dr. Frank Bass, Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Education. Ms. Leslie Stewart, Vice Chairman of the Manchester School District. Teacher of the Year, Ms. Marcia Vartanian. Mr. Richard Donegan, Assistant Principal. Mr. Robert Laudico, Assistant Principal. Ms. Nicoletta Machulis, Financial Officer and Teacher of West High School. Ms. Ann Holmes, Senior Class Advisor. Mr. James Dupiel, Senior Class Advisor. Ms. Terry Villamere, Junior Class Advisor. Ms. Mariella McGorry, Sophomore Class Advisor. And Ms. Angela Pickering, Sophomore Class Advisor. It is my honor to introduce Ms. Janice Thompson, Principal of Manchester High School West, to say a few words.
Thank you. Mayor Baines, Superintendent Ludwell, Vice Chairman of the School Board Committee, Stewart, Assistant Superintendents Bass and Aliberti, members of West faculty and staff, distinguished guests, proud family members, and graduates. I'm especially honored to be with you this evening, the 80th graduation exercises of Manchester High School West. On behalf of the senior class, I would like to acknowledge and extend my deepest gratitude to the faculty and staff for your commitment to the class of 2004 over the past 4 years. You have challenged these students to strive for academic excellence, but more importantly, you have helped them to grow spiritually, preparing them for the world outside of West. I would especially like to acknowledge their class advisors, Ms. Holmes and Mr. Dupiel, and extend my deepest appreciation to them for all their care and hard work in helping the class of 2004 with their class activities. Yes, you may applaud them. They worked very hard. I would also like to thank the parents and grandparents here tonight for their love, sacrifice, and support. Without your nurturing, encouragement, and guidance, the class of 2004 would not be the successful young adults they are today. Seniors, your time at West has come to an end. It has been a time of learning and maturing. You have shared memories which time can never take away. You have built friendships that will last for the rest of your lives. As I prepared for tonight's remarks, I went through many old yearbooks and found some amazing things. For example, 25 years ago, when Charles J. Quinn was the fourth West principal, there were some truly astounding hairstyles, and the clothes, well, conformed to the dress code. But that wasn't the most amazing discovery. The most striking feature of the 1979 yearbook was the number of faculty members I recognized. 32 members of the West High faculty have been at West 25 years and more. What dedication, what stability, and what quality. You, the class of 2004, and all the students of West are why these people have dedicated their entire working lives to teaching. And as seniors retire from high school, 6 West teachers join you. English teachers Mr. Jack Amaro, Mr. Brad Duffy, and Miss Sue Vanderbeeken. Mathematics teacher Miss Kathy Horn. Music teacher Mr. Richard Maynard, and world language teacher Miss Diane Nukas join your ranks. Seniors, when you came to West 4 years ago, you were apprehensive about this big old place. You were asking, what will the teachers be like? How will I handle the work? Will I get lost? Will I have friends? But you were never given anything you could not handle. With help from the faculty and with the support of your families, you handled the workload of a challenging academic curriculum. You joined clubs, sports teams, art, theater, and musical groups. You volunteered to help senior citizens. You ran to raise money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation in the Turkey Trot. You collected thousands and thousands of cans of food for New Horizons. You made new friends, and you learned a lot about the importance of friends. You have formed close friendships that were built through shared experiences. These friendships will be long-lasting, and the memories you share will be etched upon your hearts forever. Tonight, amid all the excitement, you may have similar feelings of apprehension, like those you had 4 years ago. You know what? That's a good thing. You're about to step outside of what psychologists call your comfort zone. Soon you will be in new places, new situations, and with new people. Your senses are on high alert. I want to challenge you to embrace the changes that you are facing. Use your knowledge and strength to face the unknowns and make a difference. Because you, each one of you, can impact the world. All of your experiences here at West have shaped you into the person you are now. These experiences have impacted each of you. You probably will not realize the magnitude of this impact for a long time. I know this is true because of what I have heard from you. It has been inspiring for me to hear many of you express your desire to make a difference, to reverse things that are negative in your community, your state, and in the world. My hope is that this desire will be shared vision of the class of 2004. Having a vision for your life is so important. It cannot be overemphasized. Many people wander aimlessly through life, seeking only their selfish desires. As a result, they cannot effectuate any lasting impact in the world. When Helen Keller was once asked if there is anything worse than being blind, she answered, yes, having your sight but no vision. Having vision does not mean that you have your entire lives planned out. On the contrary, vision, true and lasting vision, is the willingness to trust yourself. It is having faith that you will do the right thing. It is wanting to reach out to the poor and the lost with love. It is a desire to conquer the powers of darkness in the world. History is full of examples of individual men and women who have made a significant impact in the world. Let me give you just one example. In the mid-15th century, a man in Germany had an ambitious vision. He wanted to share with everyone in the world the gospel of Christ by the way of the written word. He wanted everybody to have access to a copy of the Bible. Many said he was crazy. That's because in his day, there were no copiers or printers, much less instant message or email. Bibles were written and copied by hand by monks in the monasteries. This was an arduous process of copying every single word of a biblical manuscript by hand. This was extremely inefficient and unaffordable for the masses. But John Gutenberg followed his vision and invented the printing press. Over time, the Bible became the most copied, the most widely circulated book in the world. One man, one vision changed the world. My challenge for each of you today, as you stand at the threshold of your future, is that you make a difference. Work to make a change for the better, somewhere, somehow. Class of 2004, in a few moments you will have received your high school diplomas. You have climbed a mountain, and it has been a hard and sometimes exhausting climb. My hope for each of you is that as you stand at this summit, your vision will start to come clear. Not only a vision for your academic pursuits, but also a spiritual vision to make the most of every opportunity to impact the world positively. Your parents have nurtured you, prayed for you, and dreamed dreams about your future. West has provided you an excellent education. You are the future leaders. Much has been given to you, and now much is expected of you. On behalf of the faculty and staff at West, I congratulate each one of you for the diploma you've earned and for the credit you bring to your families, to your school, and to your community. May God bless each of the 470 graduating seniors. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce class salutatorian Christiana Fitzgerald.
First of all, I'd like to welcome all the parents, relatives, and friends of the graduates here tonight. It's been a long and hard road to get here, and I know your presence is greatly appreciated. But tonight, we're here to celebrate and put an end to a great 4 years at West. When we think back at what we've experienced, we'll all remember that first day of school, freshman year, when we walked into the lunchroom and looked for familiar faces to sit down with. Do you remember the relief you felt when you finally found someone to sit with and go up into the lunch lines with? We'll all remember waiting in line forever back then because all the seniors would just cut right in front of us. Or how can we forget the first time we were all taunted at a pep rally when they all screamed, "Go home, freshmen." And we'll all remember how horrible it was to sit in the study hall rooms during your free periods freshman and sophomore year instead of sitting in the caf with your friends or going home. This time, during the past 3 years, we've been forced to sit in school and take finals while the seniors were enjoying class day and graduating. Think of how far we've come since then. For an entire year, we've been the ones cutting the lines, screaming "Go home, freshmen" at pep rallies or whenever we get the chance, and taunting the underclassmen. But now we're the ones graduating. As we look back at all the things we've done in the past 4 years, it's hard to pinpoint the exact moments or things we're going to remember. Think back to last Thursday and Friday's senior tests that we took. Can you even remember what they were on? Or try to remember what we covered freshman year on our first midterms. Can you even remember what classes you were taking? Now think of how hard it's going to be to say that last goodbye to your best friend, the person who has stood by you all through your high school career, from those midterms to those tests. It's hard to believe that we'll remember all the information we have learned and covered in class, but it will be impossible to forget that first time one of your friends got their license and you were able to go out without your parents. The memories of being in class at West might fade, even though we have learned a lot from our teachers, but all the memories that everyone has created with their friends will last for a lifetime. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the things that we are going to take away from high school are the relationships and friendships that we've built over the years. Even if we don't see or talk to some of our friends for weeks, months, or years, we will always share the time we spent together at West. We will always have being the class of 2004 at West in common, and that's something to be proud of. We can take all these experiences into the future knowing that they will help shape what we will become. Although it will be hard to say goodbye to all the friends we have made, this is not the end, but it is only the beginning. Congratulations, class of 2004.
I would now like to introduce the class ode of 2004, writer Ryan Tanyan.
Before I get into the inspiration behind my words, I just want to mention that throughout our lifetimes, most of us have probably heard some type of expression about the sun setting on a chapter in our lives. And it seems almost perfect that we're situated here tonight, knowing that when we walk out these doors, we'll have a beautiful view of West Manchester, and we'll be able to see the sun truly setting over West High School. My parents and my family, whom I love dearly, have always provided me with a tremendous amount of inspiration, and not just my writing, but for everything else that I do. And for that, I'm truly thankful. And also, Robert F. Kennedy once quoted the late George Bernard Shaw in saying, "Some men see things the way they are and ask why, while others dream of things that never were and ask why not." And I'm hoping that everyone here will become the others that Robert Kennedy is speaking about, that we will all begin to dream of the things that never were, think outside the box, and eventually ask ourselves, why not? Because with an attitude like that, I'm hoping that we can all make this world a better place. And now I'd like to present to you my words arranged to the music by Mr. Jimmy Hawks and presented by a wonderful, talented group of seniors. So seniors, this one is for you.
To be seen, soon the world will need us, and that's a must. Reach out and help one another like West has always taught us. Some of us will stay close and others will go.
will we be in 20 years? We just don't know. But when the sun goes down tonight, have nothing to fear. Let us change the world rather than count every tear.
We will miss the teachers, the buildings and the halls. But let's try to love one another instead of putting up walls. Take a deep breath, share the moment, seize the day. Be proud of what you've done here and never look away.
Some of us will stay close and others will go. Where will we be in 20 years? We just don't know. But when the sun goes down tonight, have nothing to fear. Let us change the world rather than count every tear.
Today is the yesterday that never was, and the tomorrow that will never be. Let the knowledge we've gathered from West guide us like never before. Because today is our future, and we are the
class of 2004.
Valedictorian Christine Chu will now say a few words.
Disney World. It's no wonder that the people down in Orlando, Florida are among the happiest in the world. I don't know if anyone can think of a place that embodies the phrase heaven on earth more than the home of Mickey and Minnie Mouse. People of all ages, all backgrounds, all walks of life, they all flock to this storybook world. It's where adventure and fantasy stop being in just your imagination. And all of a sudden, it becomes that island in the sun where anything and everything can happen. The old memories stored up in the back of your mind are relived, while each day gives birth to new memories that come alive as they happen to you. Yes, this is where the magic lives 365 days a year. Disney World and West High School may seem like they are worlds apart, but they are closer than you think. Growing up, you were surrounded by pictures of Disney World in books, in magazines, on television. You had moved on to big boy diapers and still weren't quite potty trained, but a huge, goofy grin appeared on your face whenever the movie in the VCR showed the outline of Cinderella Castle slowly appearing on the blue screen. It didn't matter that spelling your own name was a challenge that had yet to be answered. You'd already promised yourself that you, fill in your name, would go to Disney World someday, meet each and every beloved character, and hug them until you were gently pried off by the friendly security guards. Mom and Dad saw the sparkle in your eye that glittered at even the slightest mention of the D word. And so all of your anticipation paid off. It was that day when they announced that they were taking you and your siblings to meet Mickey Mouse. Then you arrived there and experienced Disney World up close and personal. It was everything you imagined it to be, and more. You were a bit sad when you measured about 30 inches too short for Space Mountain and Splash Mountain, but you perked up after wearing those high-tech 3D glasses and riding on the whirling teacups of the Mad Tea Party. The moment of truth came after lunch, when you got to Toontown and saw Mickey and Minnie and Goofy and Belle and Peter Pan. And you froze. You had wanted to meet them and throw your arms around them for as long as you could remember. But there you were. And there they were. And you were scared. Don't worry, though. There's a happy ending to this story. Somehow you still managed to live your lifelong dream. With soothing words and a bit of prodding, Mom and Dad got you over to your favorite Disney character. Minnie was just as wonderful as you had imagined. But it was when she landed a surprise kiss on your forehead after you started sniffling that you knew, oh, you knew, that you were the coolest boy when you went back home. Then later, watching Pinocchio and Ariel and Cinderella all wave to you from their floats, seeing the sky come to life with a stunning array of fireworks in every shape and color of the rainbow, you and every other person at the park had discovered the long sought-after meaning of happiness. But looking forward to the present, how much can you say has changed since then? Growing up wouldn't have been growing up without wanting everything you saw on TV. If your older brother Johnny had a bike, well, by God, you'd beg for one until you were out there riding around the neighborhood with him. You got older, and suddenly playing in the sandbox wasn't good enough when Johnny was there coming home each day with tales of high school. And then, right when you thought you were at the peak of your game as a big bad 8th grader, boom. Freshman orientation for the Manchester High School West class of 2004. Get involved, they said. High school is the best 4 years of your life. Suddenly, another year's school didn't sound so bad. Does it matter so much that initially you were scared to go? No. And the reason can be found if you take a moment right now to look into the crowd before you. Estimate the total number of parents here tonight. Your parents were there when you met Minnie. In fact, they were the ones who pushed you into taking that first step towards your goal. They were there for you then, and judging by tonight's turnout, things haven't changed. They are supporting you just as much today as they did yesterday, and as they will tomorrow. Your siblings, relatives, and close friends that are also members of tonight's audience. They sit in this arena, viewing this graduation ceremony with the same expression as your proud parents. Take another minute and look into the crowd again. Remember their faces. You'll be seeing them again when you need support at the next junction in your life. Keep in mind the Disney characters. You spent your childhood playing with them, but that's the problem with growing older and getting up. The days of unrestrained singing to Colors of the Wind and Under the Sea have passed. Just when you know the characters almost better than yourself, I mean, you've memorized every single witty remark that Sebastian has said to Ariel. The time has come to bid them goodbye. Yes, the time to move on is rapidly approaching, but that's not to say there's no turning back. Adults in the last stretch of their life can still brush the dust off an old video and enjoy a classic Disney cartoon with the same pleasure that they did as a young child. In minutes, even seconds, they're instantaneously transported back to the good old days, and it's as if time never skipped a beat. As you sit here today in your cap and gown, maybe you can think of 1, 2, 3, even a handful of people that you know will survive the wear and tear that time has on friendships. I promise you that the upcoming portion of our lives will be the scariest and most rewarding thing that has ever happened to us. There are so many unknowns, and for those of us who still have to borrow lunch money, it's hard enough to plan for short-term periods, never mind the long term. We may not know exactly how to become independent, but in the end, we will manage because we have dealt with change before. Yes, there will be highs when you feel like the stars are on your side, and yes, there will be times when it seems like wherever you go, somebody is telling you that you simply don't make the height cut for that ride. But don't worry if obstacles pop up more quickly than you can eliminate them. Just remember what you came here for in the first place. You came to meet Mickey and Minnie and all their friends down at the Disney headquarters. And when your lifelong dream came true, you knew that you had really made it because you were able to share the magic with those who mean the most to you. The best has come, and the best is yet to come. Nobody leaves Disney World without at least one fond memory, and I'm sure everybody sitting here today is able to say the same about Manchester High School West. Take that knowledge with you wherever you may go. Disney never lies, and if you keep on believing, the dreams that you wish, well, they will come true. And on that note, I want to extend my best wishes to you all. Thank you. And congratulations to the class of 2004.
The Honorable Robert A. Baines will now say a few words.
President Girton, Superintendent Ludwell, platform guests, parents and friends, and the most important group here tonight, the class of 2004. Congratulations. This is my 24th consecutive West High School graduation, and it's the first graduation I've attended since I've been mayor where none of the members of the class were there while I served as principal, and I was wondering how it would feel. And to be honest with you, it feels exactly the same. 9 Notre Dame Avenue has been a very special place in Manchester since 1922, when the doors of that school opened. Through that door have walked thousands of young men and women in search of the American dream. And that special place, Manchester High School West, has been making those dreams come true. So I feel the same emotions today that I did in my first graduating class at 1981, because I see a group of young men and women who have benefited from an extraordinary education at an extraordinary place taught by extraordinary individuals. And I congratulate you for achieving this goal tonight of your high school diploma. I also would like at this time to have stand a group of graduates who are often forgotten, because a lot of these young people have made different choices. Some are going off to college, some are going directly into the world of work, but there's another group of courageous young men and women at a time of war who have decided to serve our military, And I'd like to have those young men and women stand now so we can congratulate you and thank you. Thank you. If you could be seated. And if you could just hold off for a couple of minutes so we can show proper respect for the graduates, I'd appreciate it. Okay, we salute. I wanted to salute that group of young men and women and have them stand up so that all the focus could be on them. All the focus could be on them. And I'd like to do it one more time and let the class just focus on these individuals, those going on to the military. Could you stand one more time so all the focus could be on you? So the next time you hear the words of the national anthem sung, or you sing them yourself, and you hear about the land of the free and the home of the brave, I want you to think of those young men and women who just stood right now, because they are going forward to serve our great country and to protect the freedoms that we enjoy here in the United States of America. So, in conclusion, I congratulate the class of 2004, all of you. And I'd like to close by just paraphrasing the word of former Mayor John Mongan. He wrote a beautiful essay in the first alumni book that we put out many years ago. And he talked about coming to the end of life's journey. And he talked about 9 Notre Dame Avenue. And he said very clearly, you can always come home again when life work is done, because the memories will still be there. They'll be in the hallways and in the classrooms, just where you left them so many years ago. Manchester High School West, 9 Notre Dame Avenue. You are now one of our very cherished friends. Congratulations, and God bless each and every one of you.
For the presentation of affidavit, I would like to call upon Dr. Michael Ludwell, Superintendent of Schools.
Among the many tasks and responsibilities I have as superintendent, wishing you well on this occasion is the most pleasant. For just as you have worked for 12 or 13 years for this day, so too has each and every employee of the school district whom you've encountered along the way. From the bus driver who perhaps had driven you to school, to the cafeteria worker who served you lunch, to the teachers who hopefully had a profound impact on your future. We are grateful for the opportunity to exercise this happy to experience, this happy moment with you and with your friends and family, our co-conspirators in the plot to get you safely and successfully to where you are today. On behalf of all who look out on this crowd and see the fruits of their labor, I extend my heartiest congratulations for a job well done and best wishes for a future that provides you ample opportunities to be kind to others, useful to your community, and happy with yourselves. Mr. Mayor and members of the Board of School Committee, as Superintendent of the Manchester School District, I hereby confirm that all students who will receive diplomas this evening have met all of the graduation requirements of the New Hampshire State Board of Education and the Manchester School Board, and therefore qualify for a high school diploma with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto. I now present to you the graduating class of Manchester West High School, the class of 2004. Congratulations.
And now for the moment we have all been waiting for, the presentation of the diplomas. On your left will be the Honorable Robert A. Baines, assisted by Mr. Richard Donegan and Miss Ann Holmes. On your right, excuse me. To your left will be Miss Leslie Stewart, assisted by Miss Nicoletta Machulis and Mr. James Dupiel.
Zachary William Girton.
Riley Jenkins Clark.
Michael W. Schlegel.
Devin Earl Shane.
Colette Roselle Methot.
Megan Elizabeth White.
Christina L. Abbott.
Jeffrey Paul Arendt.
Julie Beth Albert. Jeremy G. Allard.
Roger Don Allard.
Nathan Bradley Allen.
Robert Charles Amerault.
Tristan Oliver Emerald.
Michael FTR Andreo.
Amanda Lee Andrews.
Ryan Thomas Antisdale.
Jason E. Aponte.
Anthony M. Arcidi.
Stephen C. Armenti.
Margareta E. Asensio.
Amanda Joe Bailey.
Emily Jean Bain.
Derica Lynn Baldwin.
Matthew David Ballas.
Meredith Gwynn Benegan.
Brittany Lauren Barbie.
James Anthony Barger.
Christopher Robert Baranowski.
Brianna Nicole Baroni.
Nicole Marie Bolio.
Brett Eric Borovage.
Sarah Jane Beeland.
Shauna Lynn Below.
Thomas J. Belmore.
Sean William Bemis.
Jessica L. Benjamin.
Amber Celeste Benton.
Justin Michael Benton.
Alexander Sol Berry.
Sandra T. Bilodeau.
Margaret J. Bingle.
Brett Michael Burks Morin.
Jessica A. Bishop.
Leah Ann Bishop.
Wesley Arthur Bishop.
Kristen Kimberly Black.
Brittany Lynn Blair.
Brenda L. Blake.
Bruce Joseph Blanchard. Joseph H. Belanger,
Alicia Renee Boyce,
Heather Lynn Boyd,
Nicole Christine Brent,
Paul J. Brewster,
Jeremy Jonathan Brokaw, Megan Elizabeth Brown,
Michael Anthony Brown Jr.,
Tegan Amy Brown,
Thomas George Brown,
Heather Elena Brunel,
Katie Lynn Brunel,
David Allen Bryant, Jacqueline Christine Burke,
Emily Elizabeth Burns,
Joseph William Burns,
Sarah J. Button,
Stuart Douglas Calder,
Lauren Ashley Callahan,
Daniele Kalo,
Jessica Ryan Carl,
Jonathan Eric Carlton,
Ashley Rose Karen,
Danielle Elizabeth Karen,
Christina Alexandra Karen,
Megan Jane Carr,
Sean J. Carroll,
Christopher Michael Shalafor,
Brian D. Chandonette,
Tavis P. Chartier,
Nicholas David Chavette,
Sarah Lindsay Kioka,
Christine H. Chu,
Richard Lee Christensen,
Nathan Alexander Simonello,
Amy Ann Cloutier,
Melissa Catherine Coates,
Shane M. Cochran,
Jordan S. Cohen,
Tyler Richard Collette,
Jennifer Ashley Collins,
Amber A. Cologne,
Sarah Ann Comer,
Jenna Marie Connolly,
Jenica Michelle Connor,
Garrett D. Constantino,
Joseph Peter Cooper,
Julie Ananda Cooper,
Melinda Marie Cormier,
Todd J. Cormier,
Morgan Baxter Cody,
Brian D. Covey Jr.,
Andrea Elizabeth Crompton,
Jessica Lynn Cullinane,
Ashley O'Neill Curry,
Amanda Faith Cushing,
Christina S. Dianju,
John Paul Darragon,
Lauren Michelle Durso,
Samantha L. DeFreitas,
Caitlin Fitzgerald DeLay,
Cassandra Marie Delisle,
Sarah Lynn Delisle,
Derek David Demanche,
Kathleen Claire Demers,
Matthew M. Demers,
Peter Ryan DeFosis,
Alexander Ivan DeSanti,
Maya Marie Dextrace,
Ashley R. Dixon,
Jeffrey M. Dixon,
Christina Dinou,
Jeffrey R. Dion,
Robert J. Dion,
Caitlin Emma Dobbins,
Justin M. Dobbins,
Rebecca M. Dobles,
Jennifer A. Doran,
David Paul Dollins,
Ashley Ryan Domingue,
Jonathan D. Donnell,
Jeffrey M. Doucette,
Nathan B. Dubois,
Shay Nicholas Ducharme, Richard A. Duclos,
Ronald DeCrepin,
Stephen T. DuPont,
Nicholas Matthew Dupre,
Courtney Alyssa Durand,
Danielle Lucy Duval,
Gerard A. Duval,
Leanne E. Edinger,
Mallory J. Edmonds,
Sarah Victoria Edwards,
Rebecca Nicole Elias,
Christopher Stephen Emery,
Ian G. Emmerich,
Laura Elizabeth Esau,
Justin K. Ezedine,
John C. Farnham, Carrie Robin Fosher,
Samuel Harris Feldman,
Kyle A. Finley,
Megan Lindsay Fish,
Christiana E. Fitzgerald,
Tyler P. Fitzgerald,
Sean Patrick Flanagan,
Corey Philip Foote,
Leslie Ann Fox,
Kristen Louise Franco,
Brian Christopher Fritz,
Allison Danielle Gaffin,
Catherine L. Gagney,
Sarah Elaine Gagney,
Chantel Giselle Gagnon,
Craig A. Gagnon,
David James Gagnon,
David Leon Gagnon,
John Paul J. Gagnon,
Jocelyn A. Gagnon,
Michael David Gagnon,
Timothy Arthur Gagnon,
Heidi L. Gerard,
Kaylin Ann Gerrans,
Heather Catherine Glasgow,
Jason Clark Goldner,
Benjamin M. Goldstein,
Bianca Rosalie Gonzalez,
Megan Marissa Goodale,
E. Maria Grechersi,
Christopher P. Grandmason,
Danielle Ida Grau,
Nevin Mark Greenhouse,
Christopher M. Greenwood,
Colleen Morgan Griffin,
Craig M. Griffin,
Christopher Hallis Grimes,
Michael Joseph Grillo,
Sarah Reed Grimes,
Katrina Marie Grassi,
Garland Lee Guay,
Kathleen A. Habai,
Ryan Fitzpatrick Hagan,
Catherine Jill Hagee,
Joelle Dawn Haley,
Belma Halilovic,
Megan Ashley Hall,
Scott Roger Hamill,
Allison C. Hand,
Gina Marie Hanschmaker, Marcus Han,
Kimberly May Hanscom,
Megan Ashley Hauk,
James William Hawks V,
Catherine Danielle Hayner,
Ashley A. Heath,
Christopher Raymond Hebert,
Emily Elizabeth Heller,
Elizabeth King Hendrick,
Timothy F. Henshaw,
Bonnie Hepler,
Marlise Hernandez,
Andrew Robert Herrick,
Ashley Lynn Herron,
Thomas Patrick Hines,
Nicholas James Holloman,
Travis Lee Holmes,
Robert William Hope,
Tiffany Lynn Houghton,
Samuel Joseph Hughes,
Rachel Danielle Humphrey,
Gina Angela Iannuzzo,
Robert Dale Ingalls II,
Monique Marie Jeffrey,
Laura Mary Jenkins,
Caitlin Shea Johnson,
Laura Marie Johnson,
Laura E. Jones,
Neil Andrew Jones,
Brendan Thomas Joseph,
Katamba Gregory Kabamba,
Katrina Cantapin,
Stephanie Claire Carger,
Krista Nicole Katsikides,
Jasmine Carr,
Joshua N. Keene,
Sarah A. Kebler,
Robert J. Keller,
Allison B. Kelly,
Caitlin L. Kelly,
Sean Patrick Kelly,
Kevin R. Kelso,
Kevin Michael Kenny,
Molly Knight Kerrigan,
Ratana Khan,
Hun Kyu Kim,
Tae Hoon Kim,
Jacqueline N. Kip,
Amanda Jean Kowalik,
Sarah Ann Koyanis,
Melissa J. LaFlamme,
Stephanie Kelly LaFlamme,
Christopher M. LaJoy,
Stephanie Lee Lambert,
Eric B. Lamper,
Jennifer Rose Langer,
Benjamin Joseph Langlois,
Christopher D. Langlois,
Joshua Lee Langlois,
Jonathan R. Lapointe,
Cullen D. Larkin,
Rocky R. Last,
Justin A. Lavoy,
Megan Marie Lawless,
Angela Lynn Lawrence,
Thomas Robert Lecomte,
Mary Elizabeth Ledbetter,
Elizabeth Ann Lee,
Kevin Henry Lefebvre Jr.,
Jody Lee Lewandowski,
April Marie Levesque,
Tanya K. Levesque,
Ashley L. Libby,
Jesse Sean Lidgy,
Daniel James Lieb,
Joseph Andrew Lincoln,
Mark David Loisel,
Jacob Allen Longnecker,
Alexander L. Lowney,
David J. Luddy,
Michael Scott Lucier,
Courtney P. Lyons,
Cassandra Jacqueline McDonald, Jeremy John Mahan,
Treese Colleen Mahoney,
Eric Mayu,
Jessica Margaret Maines,
Craig Lee Manning, Elizabeth Marie Marcoux,
Fred Michael Marsha,
Megan Marie Martell,
Samara Jean Martin,
Samantha Jean Martineau,
Heather Ashley Massey,
Jason Taylor Madam,
Danielle Ruth Mayo,
Michael Patrick McAllister,
Jacqueline Marie McCann,
Michael B. McClarty, Kyle P. McKay,
Jessica Lynn McKinney,
Jacqueline Y. Mead,
Veronica Ann Maley, Stephen J. Merrigan,
Brandy Lynn Merrill,
Jonathan M. Mitchell,
Jennifer Sue Mooney,
Caitlin Ann Moore,
Lauren Nicole Morales,
Caitlin Ashley Morin,
Jessica Mary Morell,
Gabrielle Lee Mulder,
Heather M. Mounsey,
Devin Eaton Murphy,
Tara A. Murphy,
Michelle Kimberly Nadeau,
Carla Marie Nagel,
Meredith Blackwood Neal,
Matthew Robert Novak,
Matthew J. Nutt,
Catherine M. O'Brien,
Veronis Purnell O'Brien,
Carrie Ann O'Hara,
Sarah W. Olivier,
Brian M. O'Sullivan,
John R. Otowski,
Nick A. Pappas,
Richard G. Paradise,
Joseph Michael Park,
Laura E. Parmenter,
Anthony D. Para,
Philip Craig Patrick,
Morgan M. Patton,
Cassidy Shea Paxton, Allison McLeod Pease,
Matthew Penner,
Jenny Lynn Peterson,
Christina Marie Philbrick,
Matthew Don Phipps,
Jonathan E. Picard,
Nolan R. Pichette,
Michael John Pickowitz,
Mariella Petrie,
Sergio Pinchik,
Ryan Mark Plancher,
Ian Kenneth Poirier,
Jameson Scott Pollock,
Kimberly Alice Poole,
Lindsay Irene Porter,
Catherine Lavinia Potter,
Jennifer Lynn Price,
Lisa Merrill Pugsley,
Marilyn Gale Raish,
Jessica M. Rainwater,
Catherine Lee Ramsey,
Joshua R. Reynolds,
Cassie Ann Richard,
Sarah Elizabeth Richardson,
Christine Ritzy,
Matthew E. Robert,
Joshua Paul Robillard,
Edwin A. Rodriguez,
Hashira Rodriguez,
Kevin Casey Rodriguez,
Marilyn L. Rolfe,
Ariana Renee Rourke, Kelly Marie Roy,
Richard E. Roy,
Rebecca Emily Rudolph,
Amy Marie Rumor,
Lauren T. Reinasco,
Assad M. Saeed,
Yossi Salonen,
Freeman J. Sands,
Christian Peter Sarno,
Natalie L. Schnick.
Brittany Alicia Seward.
Jonathan Robert Seward.
Nicholas Louis Chakra.
Nicholas Adam Shatney.
Heather M. Shaw.
James Patrick Shea.
Lorene Shuneman.
Kimberly Marie Samad.
Amanda Christina Sinot.
Nicholas Lincoln Slowerski.
Brandon Timothy Smith.
Joshua Terry Smith.
Kaylin Kristen Smith.
Caitlin Susan Sofield.
Amanda Nicole Somerville.
Heidi Elizabeth Susi.
Nathan R. Soul.
Rebecca Deborah Spaziano.
Nicholas G. Soul.
Joseph Russell Sperry.
Nicole Maria St. Cyr.
Stacy Joe St. Germain.
Danielle Hope St. Jean.
Jennifer Elizabeth Stanley.
Jennifer L. Stevenson. Jesse Jean Stinnett.
Elizabeth Ann Sewerman.
Matthew R. Sullivan.
Brianna Marie Suter.
Ashley V. Swank.
Gregory Allen Swanson.
Michael S. Talbot.
Brian Adam Tamboris.
William Joseph Tancred.
Ryan Michael Tanian.
Tiffany L. Tarlowski.
Kelly Tavares.
Stephanie Lynn Taylor. Amy Marie Thomas.
Matthew C. Thompson.
Alicia M. Trenley.
F. Zachary Tinsley.
Nathan Michael Toth.
Erica Lee Travelin.
Holly Ann Travis.
Nathan D. Trudell.
Sadie M. Tucker.
Danielle J. Turner.
Romulo Dominic Dean Valdez.
Nicole R. Valkovich.
Jenner Vias.
Eileen Marie Elizabeth Van Deventer.
Holly Ann Van Vliet.
Crystal A. Variava.
Lydia Natalia Vasquez.
Fernando Luis Vasquez.
Nathan Arthur Venn.
Torrin M. Volk.
Devin J. Volpe. Danielle Lindsay Wagner.
Amy R. Wallagora.
Alana Vassal Warren.
David Sarab Warren.
Treva Marie Wasserman.
Margreta Elizabeth Sarah Weber.
Ryan Whitney Welch.
Jeffrey M. Wellington. Holly Lynn Wilkes.
Ashley Ann Wilkinson.
Jason Ryan Willie.
Bianca Patrice Williams.
Karen D. Witkowski.
Derek Brett Troy Warden.
Keith Andrew Yurgo.
Adam Arthur Young.
Patrick Richard Young.
Danielle C. Zagopoulos.
Jennifer Marie Zagopoulos.
Okay, at this time, we would like to ask your class president, Zachary Girton, to come forward.
Seniors, Please shift the tassel from your right side to your left. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2004. I got some presents for you. Graduates, we will now start the recessional, which will be led by Manchester High School West Band. Thank you.
Okay, marshals, lead the class of 2004 out the door.